Okay, so first of all, thanks for watching my video. If you've been watching some of my videos that I've posted in the last few days, this is a used Razor MX650 that I bought. It needed batteries, which I knew when I bought it, but changed the batteries, test drove it, everything's great, right? But inevitably, my daughter goes to use it, charge it up, and she jumps on it, and I don't know if you can hear that. It's on, ready to go, and you turn the throttle and all you get is a click. This is the equivalent of the Windows blue screen of death. You're now tasked with trying to figure out what's causing this. So that's what we're going to go through now. We're going to go through the troubleshoot. Is troubleshot or troubleshooted? Troubleshot. I've troubleshot a bunch of these ride-ons, these Razor ride-ons, because I've had a lot of old ones and used ones and abused ones. So we're going to go through this and we're going to troubleshoot this system. We're going to figure out why this is not working. Okay, so first things first, you're going to need a meter to do all these tests. I mean, there's no way around it. You're just going to need a meter. They have little test lights and all that stuff you can possibly use, but look, you're going to need a meter. So the first thing I'm going to test just for demonstration purposes is the battery. I know these batteries are good, but this would be the first thing you would need to verify is that you do have good batteries on this thing. So I am going to test the batteries. I'm going to test the batteries back here after the switch. The switch is down here. I'm going to test it after because just in case any of these connections are bad on this harness right here, which comes straight from the batteries, I would rather test it up here at the last one just to make sure we're getting the right voltage. So I'm going to pull this one. So I'm going to put the red to the red. Just try not to damage these pins. Black to black. And if you can see, and hopefully you can, I have 40 volts. Batteries are good, fully charged, ready to go. It's not the batteries. So we're going to go ahead and pull this, plug this back in. It's going to make a little spark when you plug it in. Don't worry about it. So we're good here. The switch is good, because this is after the switch. Switch is good, got voltage to the controller. So now what we need to do is figure out, is it the throttle, the controller, or is it the motor? The motor is an easy one. All you do, and I'm not gonna do it now, I've already done it, but you have to get it up on some jack stands or have somebody hold the rear of the bike up. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna unplug this side here, and you're gonna come over here, and there is a blue and yellow wire that comes out of your controller and plugs into the cable that goes directly to the motor. And all you're going to do is you're going to make a jumper from this straight from the battery that has the 40 volts, and you're going to jumper it straight to the power of the motor. If the motor takes off, this one did, then you've bypassed the throttle and the controller, and you know your motor is good. So it's not the motor. So now you can come back to either the controller or the throttle. So you've narrowed it down to 2. Okay, so now we're back on the other side of the bike, and now we're going to test the throttle. To do that, we're going to need this there's 6 wires going to the controller, and there's 6 wires coming from the throttle. Now the throttle really depends on what year your bike is or how old it is, whatever. These throttles, it could be a 4-pin, a 5-pin, or a 6-pin. Just depends on when your bike was made. This is a 6-pin system. So what I'm going to do to test this, I'm going to test the voltage on you can do it on the controller side of this plug. I'm going to zoom in on that. Okay, so this is where your wires go to your controller. Here's your wires going to your throttle. So we're going to test this on the controller side. And what we're going to do, I'm going to move this around so you can see. I'm going to test the voltage on the red and on the black wires going to the controller with my meter. So I'm just going to push my lead down into that one and into the black. And if you have two black wires, either one should work. It's just a ground. And you will have to have your switch turned on to do this. I'll turn mine back off. And what I'm testing for is the voltage between this red cable on the controller side of this harness and the black cable. And what I'm looking for is a voltage rating of between 4.3 and 5 is about what you want. And I'm trying not to get my hands in the way, but there's no way around it. I'm at 4.34 volts on this across these two wires. I'm happy with that. It's right at the lower end, but it is over 4.3. So technically that's a good reading. Okay, so the next reading I'm going to take, I had a good voltage, even though it was at the low end between the red and the black. So now I'm going to test between the green wire, and this is on a 6-pin system. I'm going to test between the green wire and the black wire at 0 throttle. I'm not going to touch the throttle yet. We're going to get there. First, the green. I'm going to go ahead and hit that one. And now the black. I want to see about 0.08 volts. I'm sorry, not 0.08, 0.8 volts. I'm at 0.803. Okay, so when I reach up here and give it full throttle, what I want to see is about 4.3 volts. I'm seeing 3.4. I'm seeing 3.4 volts. Not so thrilled with that. I should see more voltage at full throttle. 3.4. I should be seeing 4.3. So there might be an issue with this throttle. And even though, yes, the voltage is low at full throttle, it still should move. It should move the motor. It shouldn't just click, because I am getting some voltage across those wires. This all tells me that the throttle is probably not great, but it also probably isn't the main problem stopping this from working right now. So now I have a real decision to make. Do I want to replace the controller, because that's most likely what it is, or do I want to replace the controller and the throttle? And I'll tell you what I'm going to do is, you can buy the controller and throttle as a bundle, and it's only about $10 or $15 more if you buy them together. So for me, it's a no-brainer. I'm going to go ahead and replace the controller and the throttle, and it's about 60 bucks for both, as opposed to maybe, it depends on where you get it from. You could probably get just the controller for as cheap as, say, $39. So that would mean a $20 difference if you get both. But I don't want to do this twice. I'm just going to change them both at the same time. I'm done troubleshooting this. It was just that fast. Now, would it be nice to troubleshoot all this stuff off the bike? Sure it would, but I'm not pulling all this stuff off. It's too easy to take these measurements while it's on the bike. Now you can, I have a couple of other things here. One is going to be a charge port for the charger, for the battery charger. And I'm not sure what the other one is. I have two black and white plugs here, but if you want, you can unplug these just to make sure that you're not getting a problem, something else isn't giving you an issue. You can go ahead and unplug these two. Try not to get them mixed up, especially if they're identical the way mine are. And then test it. And wouldn't you know it, that's a perfect example of why you do that. With those unplugged, the bike is going. So I have a problem here somewhere. I don't know if they got mixed up, if I have a bad connection. It's hard to say. Let's pull this one. Okay, it works now. Whatever this is right here, this is my problem. It's this cable right here, and I have a feeling this is going to be the a brake safety, some type of brake safety switch, and it's faulty. Okay, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to tape these up. I'm not sure what the issue is here. It's up here in one of these cables in one of the brakes. I'm not going to fool with it. I'm just going to set it right here, and I'm going to leave it. So my controller's good, my throttle's good. This is a perfect video if you wanted to troubleshoot. Even though I figured out what's wrong with this bike just like that. It was just as simple as a bad brake control safety switch.
Hey, Dad.
So, okay, so that's it for the video. I hope all the other information was good for you, even though I didn't have to order a controller and a throttle. And you know, I almost did.
My bike for you.
Okay, I don't need to test yours, buddy. Yours is working perfect. So that just goes to show you, I was about to go and order a throttle and a controller, and all it was is a plug. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope it helped. I have other videos on this bike. If you want to watch them, go check out my videos and check those out. All right, so check this out. I was putting the bike back together, and I just so happened to notice this crushed wire right here. Look at that. That was the problem the whole time. It's probably shorted out here, or it's just broken. So this is the issue. I got the bike back together though. I'm not taking it back apart right now, I don't feel like it. But I will at some point cut this, splice this back together, and then plug that wiring harness back in. But it was just that simple. I got lucky. Hopefully other people watching this video get as lucky. Unfortunately, this is a rare instance for me. And it'll probably not be the case for most. But so that's it. Hope the video helped. Just wanted to show you all this that I noticed this as I was putting it back together. So thanks for watching.